we're about a week into the game, and I think it's time we talk about six-starring characters. We're reaching the point where we probably can't progress further unless we six-star units. I'm talking from a normal perspective of an average player trying to achieve high ranks in PvP. Um, I think that a lot of misinformation is going around, or people are having guidelines based on tier lists for six starring. I don't think that's the case. My famous line when it comes to games like this is you six star for your progression. So if six starring means you fail or you succeed a run, then that probably is the right direction to six star. Before we get into that, let's talk about how we six star. All right, so to do so, your SSRs, which are your highest rated characters in the game, they're going to come at 4-star rarity. You hit star upgrade, you're going to be given this menu. You'll take 4 of these, turn into a 5-star, and then once they have leveled up to 45, then you can take 5 of these, and they'll turn into a 6-star. Now, these are very scarce. In the game, you don't get these 3 by farming. You get them through achievements, through events, through all the new player stuff that's going on right now. This one can be farmed through investigation, the same place where you get your character XP. So I know it's very rare, and you want to be very careful on who you 6-star in the very beginning. Later on, we're probably going to be overflowing this to where we can 6-star who we want, but I don't predict that to be another 6 months from now, if the game's still around. So, what's something really cool that this game allows you to do? I didn't notice this, but you can craft, and you can sit here, and if you have these lower rarity ones, you can turn them into the higher rarity ones. So that's a really cool feature that if you get a lot of lower rarity ones, you need a 6-star like right away, boom, you can craft it right there. Like once I get enough of these lower ones, I'll be able to make my next 6-star. So that is how you make 6 stars. Let's talk about who you should be 6-starring. So like I was saying before, you 6-star for your progression. So let's go over here. Let's say that you're over here and you're like the guy farming Doki Doki 24/7. You have a Doki Doki team. I guarantee you, without insane gear, one of the determined factors of whether you pass Hell 3 or 4 or even Inferno once you get there is probably whether you 6-star your characters or not. Because when you 6-star, you get extra HP, extra defense, extra speed. So let's say, for example, this is my DPS for Doki Doki. Just so I noticed that she was barely dying in a lot of scenarios where she gets focused down. I'm like, man, if I just had a little bit more HP, I would be able to survive. And I was doing Doki Doki 4, Hell 4. I 6-starred her, leveled up a little bit. She got some HP, defense, attack speed. Now she can survive enough hits so she doesn't get died. She doesn't die if she gets focused down. And that was now the determined factor whether I passed or not. Let's say you need extra speed. Let's say you know the fact that if your Lily was fast enough, you will be able to pass, Doki Doki. Well, 6-starring also increases your speed by a decent amount. So by putting, your support, to 6-star, it may be the determined factor whether you win or lose the entire run. And the goal of the game is you farm, your threshold that you want to get the armor you want to build the teams you want so you can beat PvP. Let's say you can do all that without 6-starring units. Then maybe you want to look towards 6-starring your PvP units. So your opener. So Lily could be considered an opener, right? She can buff someone at the beginning, move people up a little bit. Same thing with this can be your opener too with Freya. So maybe you 6-star her so she has the highest possible speed so that you can succeed in your PvP teams. So, maybe your PvP DPS is Messiah and you 6-star him. That's why I did this 6-star Messiah, because he's my PvP DPS. So it's all about who you want to use to progress through the game. You're hitting roadblocks where stats may be the determining factor, so the 6-starring will help you do that. Once I get a fully leveled up 6-star, I'll be able to, tell the difference between a level 45 and a level 50. I do think, though, the attack and speed gain are the one of the best gains from being 6-starred, then followed by HP and defense, right? For your DPS, it's going to be probably attack and speed or attack and defense. For your supports, it's probably going to be HP, defense, and speed, right? But you do get a decent amount of damage. I don't know the exact calculations on that, but yeah. So that's who you should be 6-starring, right? There's no you should do Ramocha because I heard she was S tier, or you should be doing this because she's your crowd control for Doki Doki. So we're just gonna 6-star her because more stats equal yay. No. I think it's what is preventing your progression and what is needed to surpass that progression. So, okay, if my character's a little bit faster, then I would win this entire run and I can sit on a continuous battle and I can go to sleep while it's farming. And that may be where the 6-star is useful. And you do it from there. Later on, when you get the experience, when these become like abundant, maybe later in a few months, like 5-6 months from now, these will become like candy. Then maybe you can 6-star, all your characters for your main teams. But right now we have to be very picky on who we 6-star. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Just remember to like and subscribe over here at the Etheria Restart channel. We are going to try and keep grinding this game. I do love this game a lot. So catch you guys later, and I'm the Gotchian Cultivator, and see you on the next video.